everyone, hope you're all well. Bernard here, welcome to my film and TV channel. And today we've got a little movie review today. We've got a horror thriller, 96 minutes, written and directed by Jacob Chase, if you know that gentleman. I mean, he's not overly familiar to me. And what we're going to look at today, it's got a couple of names. So we've got something called Come Play, or also known as Larry. Please, if you're new to the channel, push that subscribe button, push the bell notification so when these vlogs are coming out, TV drama reviews, movie reviews, quizzes, lots and lots of stuff on there. And if you check my playlist, you'll see some stuff on Manchester City as well, my football team. I do history vlogs, let's put that out there and make it nice. History vlogs and city present stuff on Manchester City. So if you're interested, or you know someone who might be interested, please point them in my direction. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers by Christmas 2020. So I'm just over 60, about 61, 62 people short of that. So if you can give me a mention to other people or subscribe yourself, please press that sub button if you're not done already, please. I try to inform and entertain on both these vlogs and obviously my football vlogs as well. Right, please, any comments are always welcome. It doesn't have to be about this film. Any comments you want to leave, it's nice to know you're out there. And of course, if you can't leave a comment, just give us a thumbs up. That'll be absolutely fantastic. Right, Come Play, also known as Larry. Of course, written and directed by Jacob Chase. This stars Gillian Jacobs, John Gallagher Jr., Azzy Robertson and Winslow Fegley. Unusual names there. And it's based on a 2017 short film by the same person, by Jacob Chase. I've never seen that one. It follows the parents of an elementary school student with autism as they try to protect their young son from getting abducted by Larry. Larry's a villainous humanoid creature that preys on the innocence of children. Of course he is, naughty man. Right, here we go. Is it any good? This is it. Well, horror thrillers are always a bit dubious, isn't it? Rotten Tomatoes, 52% positivity. Not fantastic. That's based on 85 critics. It's got 44 fresh and 41 rotten. So, Fresh is in the ascendancy there, isn't it? And overall it scores 5.9 out of 10, just 0.1 below that magical 6 out of 10 figure I like to see on these films as a watchable rating. The consensus on Rotten Tomatoes, a frightening feature debut from Jacob Chase, Come Play makes up for its uneven tone by adding real depth to its jarring scare. So that's quite complimentary, that's quite positive, isn't it? The Rotten Tomatoes audience, over 230 reviews left as I'm recording this. 61% positivity. So again, that sounds pretty good. On to the Metacritics. It's something about this 5.9 is a Metacritics. It's got 59 out of 100. That's based on 20 reviews. So again, just below that magic 60, 6 out of 10, 60 mark. Got 9 positive reviews, 10 mixed reviews and just 1 negative. So again, not too bad. And it scores anywhere between 4 out of 10 and 8 out of 10 on the Metacritic score. One of the lower scores is San Francisco Chronicle, who only gave it 5 out of 10 and said the most shocking thing about Come Play, however, is that it has a pretty good ending after such a long, poorly paced slog through scary movie cliches. Okay, that's a good ending. Well, at least it's something, isn't it, if you make it to the end. The Hollywood Reporter's David Rooney, he loved it. He gave it 8 out of 10, high marks. The director doesn't rely on cheap jump scares or trick editing. Instead, he builds and sustains suspense throughout the well-paced thriller, with controlled camera movement, malevolent lighting, unsettling music, and jagged, staticky sound. Staticky sound. That's a good word. That's a new word I've learnt today. Yep, Internet Movie Database, here we go, you and me, Joe Public. You're not going to believe this. 5.9 out of 10, yes, again, just 0.1 below that watchable rating. That's over 1,000 reviews, that's 1,064 when I checked and did this. Some of the positives, I'll go through the positives and negatives. Some of the positives, because there's bound to be, it's nearly getting 6 out of 10. While it appears on the surface as just another cliche cash grab horror film aimed at teens and kids, Come Play actually has a deeper emotional core with some solid scares. Someone else said, overall it had me on the edge of my seat and the monster was scary. It's a good creepy movie and it's definitely worth the watch. Someone else, I thought it was original and had a really creepy vibe to it. Yes, it was a very simple plot, but either way, it was enjoyable. A few good jump scares and good creepy, much better than I expected, said someone else. A good, decent horror movie during pandemic, said someone. And the final comment, and I'll speak about this in a moment, this is like Babadook and Sixth Sense meet each other. Right, the negatives. These are the negatives. Entertaining. This is a negative. This entertaining, somewhat scary at times, but ultimately not original enough to be worth your time. Strange negative. Throughout the film, after seeing some of the well thought out, almost artistical jump scare scenes, would indicate that someone knew what they were doing. The only scary thing about this movie is that this movie had a budget. It's not even a good bad movie. Shouldn't be allowed to play at the cinemas. Yeah, I think this is a minor sort of little cinema release. Shouldn't be allowed to play at the cinemas. Dull acting, worse production, and even worse plot. Someone else, a painfully average movie. Someone else, real problem is that there is not an original scene in the entire 90 minutes. There you go. So there we go, from the positives to the negatives. I'll do it in the other order next time. It's a bit depressing, isn't it, when you read the negatives last. Right, my thoughts, movie game nostalgia thoughts. Yeah, a short story into a movie. Possibly not, doesn't always turn out very well, does it? But the thing is, there is potential in this one to actually turn it into a longer movie. If it was a short story, I do look at it as perhaps an episode in an anthology, so a 20-30 minute segment. I think it'd be pretty good in that. But also it does have the legs to perhaps to be expanded into a full movie, which is what this guy's attempted to do. But sadly, I feel it just very slightly missed out on this, like this 5.9, isn't it? 5.9 out of 10.1 away from the Magic 6. I mean, yeah, just slightly it missed out on this sort of okay premise that it had. Low budget, yeah. I mean, it was. I think the figures are $9 million to make this, so I think that's classed as not low budget, is it? But still a fair crack of money for a low budget film, if you like. It's not that bad. The chemistry between the kid and his parents is fairly poor. I don't believe any of it. There is a bit of love in there, and there's some nice scenes, but it just doesn't quite work to me with the lad that's got autism as well. But the chemistry with the actual between the autistic lad and his friends is okay. I quite like that. There's a good vibe, both negative and positive there. So that sort of helps save it. It's very, very well shot, and it's that's likening to Babadook and Sixth Sense is pushing it just a little bit. I mean, I love Sixth Sense and I did like Babadook. I mean, I like both those films. But making a comparison with this, comparison as per the storyline, but obviously not as per the quality of the film. So that gives you an idea of the sort of storyline anyway. You just feel the elements could have been better, and sort of tweaks to the storylines, tweaks to the script would have improved this greatly. As I said, there is potential there for a decent full-length film. All right, it's not brand new, and it's not stuff we've not seen before. It was nice, but a couple of nice little twists on what we have seen before. I enjoyed the ending. I thought the ending was excellent. Someone mentioned the ending before, didn't they? I thought the ending was very nice for a horror film. But overall, I didn't find the thing particularly scary. I didn't find the creature particularly scary, but obviously I think this has got a PG-13 rating in the US. So I think a lot of young adults, let's say young adults, young teenagers will enjoy this. I think this is what it's aimed at. As I said, I didn't dislike it particularly, but it's more aimed at that sort of teeny group, I think. And they might like this if they've not watched too many horror films. If they're new to horror films, for instance. I mean, I can imagine kids going to this because it's a PG-13 and feeling all grown up because they've gone to sort of a horror film. So yeah, I think it will have an appeal, although there are draggy moments which may bore a younger audience, if you like, as well as an older audience as well. Yeah, I did sort of tire at times watching it, but it does drag you back in with certain scenes that are quite clever. Some modern technology and the way of seeing this creature and stuff is quite good. I enjoyed that little element of it, and it's but there's more he sort of drags you in, and then you expect it to improve, and then it sort of fades out a little bit again. Most of the negative reviews that I saw on the Internet Movie Database weren't negative reviews as in the way of 1s and 2s out of 10, or I had to give this 1 star because I couldn't give it 0 stars. This is what you usually get. There was sort of 3, 4 and 5 out of 10, so that's not too bad, and that's helped, I think, get to the 5.9 out of 10. So yeah, so a lot of people thought it wasn't a total waste of time, but like me, perhaps me, just missed a little trick or two. And I'm going to reflect that in the score. I mean, I'm not going to give it 5.9. I'm not going to give it 6 out of 10. I'm not giving it a watchable rating, but I will give it my sat on the fence rating, where, as I said, I think it'll appeal to a younger audience, although they may get a little bit bored, and certainly an older audience may get a little bit bored. But there's some nice little bits in it. There's bits and bobs. There's little bits, and as I said, if you took all the good bits, you probably would have had a 20-30 minute short film again. So he's probably not accomplished what he wanted to accomplish. But I'm going to give it a 5.5 out of 10, which my sat on the fence wouldn't put you off watching it score. So my rating for it, for Larry, or Come Play, is it called? Come Play, the other word. Yeah, Come Play, also known as Larry's, 5.5 out of 10. Yeah, the poster, there's a couple of posters I've probably popped up there, and yeah, I like the posters. It's a good scary, I like a good scary poster. So I'm going to give the poster victory today. I'm going to give that poster particularly. I'm going to give that poster. There's a couple of good posters, both worth a 6 out of 10, both worth a winning score of 6 out of 10 today. So I quite like that. I like posters for scary movies. You know, you can always do something with them, and that's not bad. Not fantastic, but it does. It's quite interesting. I do like that. So I'll give that 6 out of 10, and the movie 5.5 out of 10. Let me know in the comments what you think anyway. Please check my links on screen. If you follow me on or friend me on Facebook and Twitter, I do check every couple of days and try and follow and friend everyone back. And of course, as you know, I used to, or if you've watched these vlogs before, I used to have a video shop in Manchester in the 90s and 2000s. I still sell these old and rare DVDs, movie posters from the 90s and 2000s when I had the shop, and some board games as well. So if you can check out movieGameNostalgia.com, which is my own personal website for old and rare films, posters, and some board games, that'll be absolutely fantastic. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. Please check the playlist. If you say as I'm recording this here in the UK, we're entering another COVID lockdown, or we've entered another COVID lockdown across the country of sorts. Not as strict as the initial one, but certainly quite strict. So if you're looking for stuff to watch, and just to say this, just check the playlist. There's lots of stuff out there. Over 660 vlogs I've done now. I think I'm up to 663, so I'll have to hurry up and get through 666 one, so I don't want to be stuck on 666 and all hell may break loose on my site, so I will zoom through that as soon as I can. But I think this is number 663 anyway, so I'll keep an eye on that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Whatever you're going to do with the rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your family. More importantly, let's all look after each other. Until we meet again, please stay safe, everyone. Bird is saying goodbye for now.